We apply to tender a temporary appointment So Jabang, where is the original of this letter?
The original one is in the file.
You are speaking English. You said you want to speak in Mandinka. Because I can't see your name in this document.
This paper is a long time document.
So I wouldn't know where. Please proceed. Go ahead.
No confirmation letter will be done.
My confirmation letter is the one I have right now.
So you don't have a more legible copy of your appointment letter? This is all you have?
Yeah.
That one is the appointment letter.
Mr. Jabang?
Yes.
You had said that you want to speak Mandinka. We called for someone to translate what we are saying. Now you will really have to have patience to really wait until you are told what we had said in English, and so you have to assume that you can't speak English language now, so you only limit yourself to Mandinka.
Sorry, Council. I think if he wishes to change his, if you wish to change to speak in English, it will fast track and expedite, the evidence given, the proceedings. And listening to you speak, we know that you can speak good English. So,
yes, okay, let me continue to speak in Mandinka. That's my mother tongue.
Can we also see your confirmation letter?
Akwela confirmation letter on him. That's it.
We apply to tender an appointment letter addressed to one Buba Jabang and a confirmation of appointment dated the 1st of December 2005 addressed to the witness Buba Jabang, signed by the CEO Brikama Area Council into evidence as an exhibit. They are both photocopies. Did you say you cannot find the original?
Yeah, because Ming Ketanung na original Samakono na bungole tinyatanu.
What happened to my originals was that during the rainy season, my house had a breakdown.
Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
The appointment letter, we cannot see the date from the photocopy, but the only thing we can see is September 96.
Ako lungmem kaito de data o emoje photocopy. So amunda de data sangome yodron nejije.
So, can you recall when it was in September?
Ako foisi hakilo siwa amutanole aketa watu juma wala lunjuma le September karoko na ninsangonyin.
Ang hakilo tawo mutalano foni ataranu nimini ya soto nyola ngewol nyinen ka fo mo sa date ni remember no ba.
I cannot remember the date by myself unless I talk to those my other colleagues who got the same documents with me on the same day. If I talk to them, if they can remember, they'll tell me.
Okay, thank you. The appointment letter indicated September 1996 with the caption temporary appointment as car park stroke quarry attendant, and this letter has a Brikama Area Council reference as BAC/17 addressed to Buba Jabang, the witness, and a letter dated the 1st of December 2005 with from Brikama Area Council with reference BAC/019/A addressed to Buba Jabang, Revenue Collector, Brikama Area Council, Western Division, the Gambia, with the caption confirmation on appointment. And this was signed by the Chief Executive Officer of Brikama Area Council. These two letters are admitted together and marked as LGC/BJ/BKAC/002.
As the commission places.
Yo kaitol fanalu kese de kaitol tilisai.
Okay, yeah.
Now, in 2018, as a revenue collector, which unit were you directly under?
Ako 2018 ibe namu kanwela tumomen. Ibe bunda jumale kotonu ngotumu.
Mbe Marcela Kononu.
I was at the market side.
And then what was your main role in the market as a revenue collector?
Ako mune muila lotan kama fangoti nun marché otoje namu kanwela karola.
Ndeka kantingo la luwas wala kani.
I collect revenue from the canteens.
Do they pay every day to you? Is it every week?
Ako ila joro luolundi nombang fo lokuwo lokunno.
No, eka monthly la jo, monthly.
The canteens pay by month. It was a monthly payment.
How much will they pay in a month?
Ako eka jelle jo kari wo kari.
Different categories la bije.
There were different categories.
Please tell us about these categories.
Wo fatam fansolu fonyabang.
Dol bije la minika kamelulu jo.
There are some canteens which pay $500.
Dol bije la minika kameworo jo.
Some pay $600.
Dol bije la minika 750 jo.
There are others who pay $750.
Dol bije la minika 1,500 jo.
And there are others who pay $1,500.
Dol bije la minika 300 jo.
There are others which pay $300.
Dol bije minika 400 jo.
And there are other categories who pay $400.
Dol bije minika 200 jo.
And there are others who pay $200.
How do you determine Now, how do you determine the price or the amount that should be paid with respect to the different categories of payment that you have outlined?
Ako aliyenying category ulmenu foteng. Alika yirika nyadi le ko nyindo nyanta nyin nangam le jola, nyindo fana nyanta nyin nangam le jola, alika ulu bebo nyoto no nyadi le, alika ulo nyadi le.
Kabirinte bitala je.
When I was just posted there,
That's
the way I found that it was already categorized.
So you are only...
Dauda. It's not.
You are only told by your supervisors. Is that what you are saying regarding how much you should collect?
Ako amunta la supervisor le ka fali nyili nyanta nyin nangam le jola bang.
Ha.
Yes.
So you don't have any tariff that will guide you?
Ako kaiti safarin talibulu me ya lonko nyilbe safarin ngo bewle to albe tamala melna kaitandi ko nyanta jelle jola.
Ani kabirinta tata marseto de mawo tarifo dinna.
No, when I was taken to the market, they didn't give me any tariff.
And that's from 2018 to date. I just want to limit myself to 2018 to date.
Ako fondum wole be kerinje kabo 2018 fokana bula bila bang.
Kebo 2018 kana fonte botaje wato mena 2023 ngawala tuje.
That's what was going on from 2018 up to the time I.
Now, in the market, do you have a market supervisor?
Ako fali ya marla soto ne marché auto je ka fome market supervisor.
Market master biele, market manager biye.
There are two market master. They have a market master and they have a market manager.
What is the role of the market master and the what are their roles?
Ako wolu lodu la ila lotan kawlu mun letinu.
Yalo market manager wole maratan ntolebe wole koto.
We are directly under the market manager.
Now, when you say directly, what do you mean? How will he supervise the work you do?
Ako niko ntelbole koto directly wole wo kamuneke. Fole kali yamari ali nyanta minkela.
Wole kay yamari nyanta minkela ni manyana minkela.
Yes, that's a person who gives us advice what to do and what not to do.
Now, the collections that you will make in a month or in a week or in a day, what do you do with it? Do you now submit these monies to the market master, or are you in total custody of this revenue you collect?
Ako silang nali yo kodolu kafunyoma tilole mbang lokumulo mbang karole mbang wo kodolu meno alike kensungo nya so alike di jumale la alike di wo manager la fodu mod kodo nyi katwal tel fangol lebulu falika la nyadi.
Kabrin tanga je kumasi.
When I started working there, I have never given money to the manager. I always have the money with myself.
Now, Mr. Jabang, in 2018, were you depositing the monies you collect at the market to the bank, or were you taking these monies to the office?
Ako silang kabo sangola ya budamuta watu meng alikanyin kololu menu kensu ite ke sambale ke dundi bank konto to bank fodung ike samba official to ke dundi je
kodo nyin nke samba bank le.
The money we take it to the bank.
In 2018.
In 2018 kodo dol kata bank le dol kata office auto.
Well, in 2018 we take some of the monies to the bank and we take some to the office.
Now, how do you determine what to take to the bank and what to bring in the office?
Ako alkawlu bonyoto nyadile menyanta la bank ani menyanta na la office auto alkawlu bonyoto nyadile.
Ani along wati soto danung.
There was a time
bank tamang futanung area council.
It was a time when we don't go to the bank, we don't deposit at the bank.
Molke submission ke cashier direct.
We submit our monies directly to the cashier.
At times, it's a ko ite be ta bank carry.
Well, they are the people who will tell you today, take this money to so and so bank.
Yes.
Who are you referring to as they? Who will give you these instructions?
Ajumale ka kuma kan fale ka fo alinyi samba bank.
Akeke director of finance leti.
It's always the director of finance.
Now, do you have your cash book in 2018? For 2018?
Ila cash book 2018 sango. Amunta eka kodolu menu kafunyoma ike safe buko mento fo be bulle bang.
Bembulle.
Yes, I have the book.
How about 2019, 2020?
2019 and in 2020 tadung.
Bembulle.
I have them too.
2021, 2022, 2023, you have all of this?
For 2021, kana 2022, for 2023, for bebe bulle bang.
2021.
As for 2021,
go ahead.
Wo cash book onyeng ma post ala print out wala bembulu.
That cash book I didn't post it. But I have the print outs from that cash book.
But not 2022,
But the one for 2022
2023,
and 2023,
will be the cash book will be mbulu
I have all those cash books with me.
Now let us first see the ones you have, and then we will discuss the ones you don't have.
Ako sayin menu be bulu ngawulu jabang bitum men te bulu nsi wala kuma kangulu kacha.
Okay. This is 2023, 2024.
Mr. Jabang, I can see you are very organized. You have already marked your cash book. Huh?
Ako ayajele ko mole muitme ya lon ko kala fi kulu tembe ndile ye saferul kela cash book lu balale fanang. Yes, that's true.
We applied to tender the cash book of the witness, Madam Chairperson, for the period 2018.
Ako 2018 sango iba kala sede bukoti.
2019,
and in 2019,
2020,
and in 2020,
2022,
2022,
and 2024.
and in 2024.
23 and 24.
23 and 24, as he said.
Yes, 23 and 24. The only outstanding one is for the period 2021.
Amunda mendati je wolem 2021 wolem
2021 print out will be mbulu.
I don't have the cash book itself, but I have the printouts for 2021 with me here.
Yes, let us just first get this cash book admitted into evidence as an exhibit, Madam Chair.
Akombatu ye nyili dundi ke sede kay tolti follow.
the cash books maintained by the witness on behalf of the council covering the periods 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022, 2023, and 24 are hereby admitted in a bundle and marked as LGC/BJL/BKAC/003.
As the commission places. As the commission places. Now, you were explaining your printouts for 2021.
Ako ila saferul pour ka menu bota kas buko kono pour 2021 ibe fo kanenu.
Ha wol be mbulu janne because nyanta wolle sawndi la kata kas buko kono.
Yes, I have them here with me because those are the documents I should transfer into the cash book.
Let me see.
Ako fo sa Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
Ako Mr. Jabang.
Naam.
These documents are not authenticated, so how would we know that they are from your cash book for 2021?
Ako nying bukolu kaitolu imang sedeya kansoto. So ibalonno la nyadi le ko ila na fulu saferungulu wole la kaitolu munyilti.
There are no receipts attached to these documents.
Receipt table.
No stamp from internal audit.
Internal audit la stamp table wolem kontibo bundati.
So I do not know what you mean when you say these are printouts from your cash book for 2021.
Ako wala na ta lonno la ka fo nyille musaferu dalti menu bota 2021 sangola ko di kensundingulu kila karo.
Receipt be mbulu janne min yalon ko eni nyina nyanta tala.
I have the receipts with me which should have accompanied these documents.
Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
The law did not say that you must have a printout. It says you have to have a cash book.
Ako lua ko manyan na nyinkaiti saferulu sotola. Inyanta bukole sotona ibebe terla saferin dame.
So where is the cash book?
Ako bukole.
Afaya eminfo ay tonyale fo.
He said what you said is the truth.
Na nyini nyanta tarra cash book wala kono.
It should all be written in a cash book.
And what the biggest mistake in Nakarole mi alon ko nga regret do ko kono.
That's the biggest mistake that I regret in my work.
But when these
printouts were coming out, I was having an eye problem and I don't recognize the writings. I had that problem seriously, which hampered me. But in that period, I took my book to the audit section so that they can audit my work. My books were with them for 2 weeks. I went and asked them, and I asked them for my books. When I arrived there, the way I gave it to them, that's the way I found the books. They didn't touch anything in the books. I asked them, why didn't you do the job on these books? They said they cannot do the auditing because they don't understand why it was not written in a cash book. But I told them that we come here with printouts and you audit those printouts up to the point of confirming those printouts, then we later put them in the cash book.
Sorry, Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
What you have given us as your entry for the transactions you've done, 2021.
2021 kaitol menu dealer.
I don't agree with what you said. Because from this printout, it has indicated in the last column
ila safero la fanna la bango me yitandi
that these transactions are posted.
amunta nyin do kolu menu be kitaje ye post le kay dundi.
And what this presupposes is
we me yitandi wala koto mu nyinti ko
they can only extract this information from your cash book and nowhere else.
isi nyin kibaro bondino ila buko drone kono kat kololu ka safeda min ikafome cash book ita bondino la dula do to kote.
Because that is why they indicated that you posted these transactions.
Wala na iko itele nyin do kolu nyilu ye postle wala na ya kewonya.
And if you look at the second bundle of papers that you submitted,
ne kaytolo kafunyu fulanjango jube menu be kafuring nyoma,
you could see that on the columns it has indicated validated. The last column.
Isaje alabandula ma famala ya safeje ko validated wolem ya yirikale,
which means the principal cashier
me ya itandi ko principal cashier wolem na fuluta mandila nyaton ko
has validated the entries and transaction in your cash book.
Ila saferolu menu bebe cash book oto ay be jubele ke yirika.
So if you say you didn't have the cash book, I personally would not believe that you don't have the cash book.
Ako woto silan wala na jakali takatu bolu jubero kala tumena ye bondi cash book ole kono. Bitun silan nina ta fako woto cash book o tete bulu ako wala be kele jakaloti.
Because the IT department
wolem ila nyim computer masingulu la do ko la karola
cannot have this data without lifting it up from your book.
Well, then kibaro soton nola ni ma bondi la buko kono.
So maybe I stand to you stand to make us understand. We stand for you to explain to us so that we can understand why this was not contained in a cash book and why you are not presenting a cash book.
Ako wala nyinti ko isya akoyindima munan na nyilmantara cash book kono anim fanang munan na cash book ko fango nyimantare buloko.
Okay, yajim print out o minje.
So these printouts,
okay, digital machine bola use kanu.
We were using a digital machine.
Itela cash book o post la no nima nyim print out o soto.
You cannot post your cash book without having these digital printouts. This was the problem. But all that we should have posted into the cash book should come out from these printouts and then we transfer it into the cash book. Because we were not doing the job manually. Whatever you walk out, it goes directly to the IT section.
So print out IT bulu.
So this is why we should have these printouts from the IT section.
So transfer na cash book okono.
After getting these printouts from the IT section, that's the time we transfer them into the cash book.
So
okay, so we will return these books to you. We will take it back to the account to the IT department. They will authenticate this document, and when you are coming back tomorrow, you bring it and we admit it so that we can admit the receipts that you have, your receipts and your deposit slips if you have any.
Akoto ninyi
check it.
Ibenyul murundi le kande puru ye muru ilawo dinkirato menu nyanta do ko kala nyinna puru ya yirika ya jube kala kolu seneyandi so ni bina la isinyil nati nyola ane ko istolu menu bebulu puru nini wolu nata otumo isina wolu jube ni wolu men bankeje itelisina wo mutakata ko wala keta koti men tamataje. Yes, I hear and I understand.
If you see the first page of that document indicated, what is the date on that first document? The small page, the first date of transaction. That small page, yes. That
was January Carola.
January lunjuma.
January 28.
That was on the 28th of January.
Okay, that is January 28, 2021.
For 2021.
2021.
So
Yes.
when did he start using the POS?
Ako wati jumalo ya damu tapurka POS ni kauta mandi.
Masingo nying.
Ah.
O master 2020 le.
We started using the machines in 2020.
So then why didn't you just have the printout since you have submitted a 2020 cash book?
Ako muna ne was suffering lu table why ye 2020 buko nyin dundi foka pare.
2020 fanala buko. The same printout nga waleta nga 2020 dundi.
I used the same printouts to prepare the 2020 cash book.
Adon 2022 fana.
And 2022 also.
The same printout nga waleta.
I took the printouts from then and I entered them in the book.
Cash book, yeah.
Yes. So now, if you had done entries for 2022, you should have first done 2021 before you do 2022.
According to 2021 left follow do kula, jandi bitala ka 2022 ta do ku kairi 2021 le follow ta.
Wolom tonyati wala nanko atele keta biggest mistake ti. Ngam regret nyindo ko kono.
He said that's very true. That's why he said that's the biggest regret he has in the way he walked at that time.
We accept that explanation. And
Thank you.
why was it that was a mistake for him? Was it because he has technical issues with the IT department, or it was just his simple mistake?
Ako muna yo sabu amunta filole keta inin technical doko tamandi bunda tema bang fodung akita ite fongola filo da maletinun bang muna ya sabu.
Komi nga faya nyamin dorong nyale ke mbatandinung.
Just as I stated before, I was having problems with my eyes. And I don't recognize the writings. They were so small for me to look and recognize and write out. So if I want to write it, they get mixed up with me. That was the problem I have at that time.
That is noted. So he should take these documents and get it to the IT department for the head of the IT to authenticate, stamp, sign them, and he brings it tomorrow when he's coming.
Ako to sign wala mnyinti wala na ibe kaito linyele murundile mayasamba IT department. Ye memmarata jela aye jube aye murui kang kebe yirika aye stamp aye sign kaitandi ko ha nyelo mukaiti sobe wolete puru sama ni bina ine muruna nyola.
Okay, mbe wokelale sama inshallah.
Yes, I will
Council,
do that.
you may proceed. Thank
inshallah, tomorrow I will do that.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Jabang.
Akosai, Mr. Jabang.
You still haven't explained where your cash book for 2021 is.
Akwani bima for the 2021 la cash book abe mintole.
Afayen kalita al-Quran olale.
He said he swore by the Al-Quran.
I
will not give lies here. I will not tell lies here. What the truth doesn't solve, lies will not solve that problem. If I don't tell the truth, I am just troubling myself. And I think it is safer to tell the truth. What happened, let me narrate that. That's how things stand. What the truth cannot make, telling lies will not solve that problem. What I have stated is the naked truth. I'm not telling lies. If there was a cash book for 2021, the way I brought these books, I will bring that book also like the same as I brought these other books.
Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
Just answer the questions that have been asked to you. We have heard all that you say. You have said. But still, I will keep on asking the question. Because you haven't told us that you were not given a cash book. You didn't tell the commission that the cash book is missing. You had eye issues. That does not mean that you don't have a cash book. So do you have it or you don't have it?
ako to fo cash buko sotontale membe bulu o sangola bang fo atebulu.
Afai ko nata investigator ya wato menna.
The time I came to the investigators,
Yenyen kanun 2022 la.
they asked me about 2022.
So 2022 nga wala statement odi.
2022, I gave that statement.
Imanyen kanyin dongol bela.
They didn't ask me about any of these orders.
Ni atanu yenyen kanyin dongol lanu.
If they had asked me about these orders,
Nga won dongol jabi nyami menyu dongol fana jabi lo wala nyama defe mabola.
the way I solved those other problems or to answer them, I will answer the same way.
Mr. Jabang,
Yes.
were you given a cash book for the year 2021, or you were not given a cash book for 2021? It's that simple. It's a very simple
Ako
question.
nyimuku sono yaringolti ye kasbuko dila le pour 2021 fodum imang kasbuko dila pour 2020.
Afai bika kasbuko dintala defe wala kenna ko do boninga kasbuko sang.
They don't give me a cash book. I take my own money and I buy the cash book for myself.
Now, did you buy a cash book in 2021, or you didn't buy?
Ako for a cash book or 2021 for myself.
Masang.
I didn't buy it in 2021.
And so, for all the collections in 2021, you don't have anywhere you have recorded these collections.
Ako woto 2021 ye ko sunduro lumenu beke dulati je yewlu safe dame membe ko buko.
Mbeji kiri nyinnala.
These are the documents I rely on.
Those documents, they are not audited.
Ako wo kaitoli maulu kontibo.
Bari nyindom print out odi mi yalon ko na tilo tilin kamin doku abe nyinna kono.
Ako, he said these are the printouts that every day that I work and I submit it. These are the printouts that come out from my
Who
submission.
gave you those printouts?
Ako jumale nyim kaitolu dila.
It's Badu.
Badu.
Badu what?
Badu Juma.
Badu Jeng.
Badu Jeng.
What is his position in the
Wala
area
palaso
council?
community area council Jeng.
Abe IT le assistant IT manager.
He was the assistant IT manager.
Very well. Why did Badu not authenticate that document?
Ako muna na Badu ma nying kaitolu kontibo.
Badu la nyin kairo kontibo because Badu atanyanta nyina dilantela.
Badu is left to him because these are the documents that Badu should give me.
So
now in one of your cash books, we have seen that you have made some recordings in the month of February 2021.
Akoye la kasbuko do bije February karo 2021 yolu dolu dundi kasbuko do konole.
It is in the cash book 2020.
Abe 2020 kasbuko kono.
yalo woke kenyaming
The way that happened is
weekly submission nka woleke.
we do a weekly submission.
Yo ni wikola bandula tata dun sankuto kono.
If the end of the week happens to be in the new year,
So esaje eka dunyo kono le.
then we have to post it there.
Wolka ka wala nyama.
That's how it happened.
And let me show you.
Sorry, our able interpreter. The word he used in saying, in answering the question, I don't think it was rightly interpreted, because he said, if I may quote, "Akadunyo konole." So it's not like the word is not carried forward, but it's like a mix-up.
No, it means
Yes.
it goes into that one. They take one. They take each other because it's it happened in the new year. This is why they decided to enter it in the new year's book.
But you recall that I asked him from the documents he submitted for the 2021 entries. I told him to read out for us when it started, and he gave us 28th of January 2021.
Akobira ye 28 January karo for in 2021. Yes, he said that.
So Council, can you please guide us as to the entries for 2021? How many weeks entries were entered in the 2022 cash book?
2022 cash book?
Yes. You have just put a question to him to say, there are 2021 transactions contained in the 2022.
No, yes, in the 2020 cash book.
In the 2020 cash book.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. We have, for the month of February,
February karo.
there are entries for the month of February 2021.
Yes, February karo 2021.
In your 2020 2020 cash book.
Ila 2020 buko nyinkono.
And you were also given a GTR receipt number 3017478.
Yeah, GTR receipt number dealer I meant for ten. I receipt number meant for ten.
And the amount is $23,400.
Ako dalas muan wuli muan nin saba dalas kemenani wala mu yirko nyinti.
The date is start of March 2020.
Ako March karo tili sabolem 2020.
But the recordings for that collection
Bari wo kod kensu nying safero luto
is for March 2021.
wo mu puru March karo leti 2021.
So you were given the receipt 1 year before you made the collection.
Amunta recito di la sanji kilin
Do you understand what I am saying?
kodo nyimbe kensu.
You collected $23,400 in 2020.
Ako e kodo kensu wuli muan nin saba kemenani 2020 sankono.
Sorry, you collected $23,400 in 2021.
Ako kodo kensu wuli muan nin saba dalas kemenani 2021 sankono.
But then you were given the receipt in 2020.
Bari risito nyindi la 2020 sangole kono.
Do you understand what we are saying?
Ako ya fahamu.
Coming collection of 2021, 2022. But the receipt of Minke Nabuko Konom 2020.
No, Mr. Jabang.
And one thing, yeah. Can you repeat the whole thing? Let me repeat that to him. It means that he's mixed up.
Yes. Now, you were given a GTR receipt.
Akoye GTR receipt dealer.
And the date on the receipt is start of March 2020.
March karo tili sabo 2020 wala be receipt bala.
The amount is $23,400.
Adun kodo nyintata kanyan dalas wuli muan nin saba dalas kemenani.
But the recordings for the collections on the receipt
Ako bari men safeta puru receipt nyin kodo nyin kentunta wato men
were made 1 year after the receipt.
Wolu yol dada sanji killing receipt nyin kola. Well, I think that will be the mistake of the cashier.
Now let me show you what I am trying to say. So the first page will contain the recordings for 2021 March. And the beginning of the second page. That is for the cash book for the period 2020.
Volume 2020 la cash book nyinti.
Do you see what we are saying?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it.
Take your time, Mr. Jabang.
So I tell Amiro to Munekataji. Then I think this is the receiving cashier's mistake.
Now, how about you having recordings for 2021 in the 2020? In the 2020 cash book.
Akoto 2021 la kensundiro lunata tara 2020 buko kono nyadile. 2021 yemenu kensungol nata tara 2020 la buko kono nyadile.
Why is that the case? In 2021, your cash book, in fact, you never had any cash book, but you have recordings in a cash book.
Akobar 2021 cash book table. Bari lunglu soton tameni along ko eken sundiro ke saveta and uluketa 2021.
Print out onye.
Yes. And
I start damning.
Where the printout started
and I end damning.
And where it ended,
amount
the amount of money
I mean dealer
that it showed.
So nibe entering the cash book okono.
If you are entering into the cash book, you have to enter that amount.
No. Mr. Sorry. Mr. Jabang, please don't give us wrong evidence. Please, you have just some minutes ago told this commission that you swore to the Quran. And you stated as it is. And in fact, you started explaining it. You said it may be the mistake of the collecting cashier. Because there is no explanation as to why these transactions that are done in 2021 are found in a 2020 cash book. It's just not possible. It cannot be possible.
2021 was there no 2020 la cash book kono nyaadile.
2021 transactions, you now come and enter them in a 2020 cash book that you are supposed to close and finish with. How is that possible?
Ako 2021 menu ketabu andum sila ibo keno la nyaadile 2020 buko kono me ya lonko wosango bantala buko nyufana nyanta tawunnale.
We may receive your evidence considering that it may be a mistake, but you don't tell us something that is not true.
Ako se ila sede arota no ko se keno filoti barbitung kana kuma foye me ya lonko aseke kuti me ya lonko manke kusotoring. Yeah, what you said is the truth. Because me personally, myself, when I saw this, myself, it doubted me. It really doubted me. Because the machine, when we are working with it, whatever it shows on its screen, that's what you have to enter.
Council, you may proceed.
You also have 2021 recordings in the cash book for the period 2022.
Ako 2021 fanang ale dolu do kolu dolu ke uluna tatara 2022 buko kon.
Coming for nyamin drong nyim print out.
Just as I said before, this print out.
Ning ngana opening ke on Wednesday.
If I do my opening on a Wednesday,
nyanta closing ke la Thursday.
I should do the closing on Thursday.
So na boda sando kono ning closing time odunta sando kono drong. Abe reflect la jele.
Well, if passes that date and it happens to go up to the other year, well, it will reflect in that year that you entered it.
It does not make sense. It does not make sense. If anyone is to tell you the truth, it doesn't make sense. You are just here just trying to formulate stories in your mind. It must be logical. Your answers, they must be logical. You had already testified and you had said clearly that you don't have recordings for 2021 at all. Now, we see 2021s in different parts of your various cash books for 2020, for 2022. Remember, this time you had eye issues. You could not see clearly. But how will you now have writings found in 2020 and 2021 cash book?
Because I cannot do postings without these printouts. If there is a mistake in my book,
what is about a printout?
Then it comes from the printout.
And the idea that you can't do printout without posting, that's not correct.
Exactly.
That's not correct. No one says you must have printouts before posting. Your cash book should be with you every day. So when you collect revenue, you write it down. It's as simple as that. And when you come for the purpose of auditing and reconciliation, it is your cash book that should reconcile with the printout. So stop misleading people. Please stop misleading people and let's just be really truthful.
He said,
I mean for I told
what you said is the truth.
Mola Londol siata nyotile.
People are more educated than one another.
And mola mirol tariata nyotile.
And people's thinking are faster than one another.
ntol fana nyim masiku nata wato menna
As for us, when these machines came,
ate nying idea min fonyeteng
the idea that you've just showed me
to nyalo mo wala sone yata
is true. That's the truth, and that's what's easier.
It's not an idea. It's
la
not an idea.
I agree to that.
Tell him it is not an idea. It's not my idea.
Akwa mankatela idea today.
It is what obtains.
Awole mkuti membe caring.
Not an idea. Everyone does that.
Ako mo bele kake wonya.
Because that's what the law says.
Andu luwa fana yewole fo.
So for you to come and say that you only wait for the printout before posting in the cash book, that's not correct. That's totally false.
Ako kafo ko ka print out wole batu janni ba dun la cash book ko no. Ako ate utanola.
afaye nsonta la kumola
I agree to what you say.
bare system of fana ben na nyamin je
The system, how it was working there then,
nga faye wala nyama
that's the way I narrated here.
Again, there's another false statement.
Ako kotake wo mansoto.
You are not the first person. You are not the first person to testify before the commissioners.
Ako eteda man na jan sede yaro la commissioner.
So many revenue collectors testified in Brikama area council.
Ako Brikama area council na mo kanina jamal le nata jameni sede yaro ke.
And no one said what you are saying right now.
Ako mo mansoto kono mensa fo ko ketete no ko ba asata
That
nyame.
was the system. It would have been said by the more than 5, 6, 10 revenue collectors that already testified before you.
Ako natara wo kake nun tombi menu nata jam mo lulu mo woro nyolu menu be sede yaro lu kijan tombi wol bo folale.
So you don't have a cash book. You don't have a cash book. It's as simple as that.
Ako wairi cash book table mo safo drong cash book table wolem ko be lodu lati.
You agree with that?
nga wo fole ko kasbu ko tembulu
Yes, I agree to that. I have
nga
already
ko kasbu
started
ko
that.
tembulu
I don't have a cash book.
nga submission o ke receipt mi ke dina wala be mbul
I have the receipts. After doing the submission, the receipts that they give me, those are the receipts I have.
ani nanyim print out ol mi ngeso IT
Plus
from the
this,
IT
plus this printouts that I collected from the IT section.
Now in 2020, with the advent or the coming or the introduction of the POS machines,
Ako 2020, bring him masingulunata.
when you collect revenue,
Nali namo kani.
what do you do with the money?
Alika kodo nyinke nyadil.
You in particular.
Sako ete kungo. Eka kodo nyinke nyadil.
nka deposit le
I deposit the money.
Which bank do you deposit this?
Eka adundi bank
monies
jumale
to?
to.
itolu ike different bank solom
You,
They-
Mr.
Akoite.
Jabang, which bank do
Abetele
you
mako-
deposit these monies to?
Ete ka adundi bank juma nyole to.
nde wati dole nskata GT bank
Sometimes I go to the GT bank.
wati dole start Trust bank
Sometimes I go to the Trust bank.
sometimes ita Eco bank
Sometimes I go to the Eco bank.
yes
Is that all?
Ako fo will drone them.
yes sometimes FIB
Sometimes I go to the FIB.
These are the 4 banks that you deposit monies to.
Ako nyilom bank na nolti alka kodolu dundi dami.
Mr. Jabang,
What
are
you
you
don't-
sure that if we
wati dole supersonic
Sometimes we go to the supersonics also.
supersonics?
Yes.
Now, why is it that in your cash books you don't have deposit slips in your cash book for even 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023? All we see is just GTR receipts from the principal cashier.
Ako muna na ko dundiri risitol wolu teta bukolu kono. Ngamunda teta GTR risitol drone je bukolu nyilu kono.
wo mu toñale di
That's
because
true.
ntanga advice soro na internal audit bulu
That's true. I got advice from our internal audit
late 2021
in late 2021.
akonyo ko ni la deposit okay
He told me that after you make your deposit,
kaka ila receipt be to receiving cash ya try photocopy soto
don't leave your receipt with the receiving cashier. Try and photocopy the receipt and have your own copy.
so wo watu len defana start can receipt or photocopy
That's the time I started photocopying these receipts.
nke mutam
Mr. Jabang,
Wako Mr. Jabang.
when you deposit the money at the bank,
Niye kodo dundi bank.
the revenue, what are you given?
Ikamune dealer,
deposit slip
they give you the deposit slip.
So if you deposit $20,000, they will give you $2 stamped slip from the
deposit
bank.
slip
Ako niye wulimu an dundi be wulimu an deposit slip wole dealer la.
Now, what do you do with that deposit slip?
E kamune ke o deposit slip la.
Any war deposit slip or bitala internal audit.
That's the slip that you take to the internal audit.
So niboda internal audit yata receiving cash I receipt audit.
After the internal audit, you go to the receiving cashier and he will give you the receipt.
So
Yes.
what slip on into la receiving cash ya.
Then you leave the slip with the receiving cashier.
No, you don't leave the slip with the receiving cashier. The receiving cashier will photocopy or have a copy of the slip, and you will have to attach your deposit slip, or you keep them in a safe place.
Ako receiving cashier manyana receipt o mutala aba photocopy la le ay tela kaito murundi kan wala receipt dota ay no nakinyo bala abe mendi le tela.
Is that not the case?
Ako fabu ka ke onyale.
Anyanda keka wala nyama.
That's the way it should be done.
But wale atinda nga fa ko.
That's why I said
Late 2021.
in late 2021,
Internal audit yang advice wala.
that's the advice they gave me at the internal audit.
Ko nkakana receipt o betu cashier ya man photocopy soto.
Let me not leave my receipts at the cashier's place
So,
without my own copy.
So kabo watola
From that time on,
nkana receipt or photocopy.
I photocopy my receipts.
That is okay. Let's go by your own evidence that from late 2021 you have started being in possession of your own deposit slip. Is that correct?
Ako rosila ngata sede ya rola 2021 tema mafan la kata bandulato ya damuta ke fon la risitolu muta fonde.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, why is it that then in 2022 there are still no deposit slips?
Ako muna
2022.
dun 2022 halimbi iman deposit slip olusoto. Here they are.
Now, just hold it.
Ako ya muta.
Let me show you an amount.
Ako ay abenanga mo foleye.
There is a collection for in June.
Ako June sotonta June karo kono.
You were given a GTR receipt,
Ye GTR recito dila.
and the amount is 50,000.
Ando atata kanyang dalas wulital lulu.
$650.
Dalas keme woro dalas tal lulu.
And there are no deposit slips. Now, please show us the deposit slip in that.
Andung deposit kaitolu mansoto woli itandina ba.
Yes, Mr. Jabang, do you have it?
Yeah, I have it. I have it. $50,000.
$650.
Mr. Jabang,
Mr. Jabang,
your deposit slip for Supersonics is dated the 21st of July 2022.
July karotil mo in 2022 Supersonics la risito nying.
The GTR
GTR
is June 6 June 2023.
June karotil woro 2023.
So it's not the same.
Akoite kilimti.
Afayeko. Ninga deposit oga bank already.
He said after making a deposit at the bank,
Fongalon ko cancel la kodo botambolle.
until I am sure the council's money is no longer in my custody.
Yena deposit slip odina already.
After they give me my deposit slip,
The following week, nintala dronga tangana risitota.
I go and collect my receipt.
Sometimes work kele.
Sometimes that happens.
No, this is clearly not true.
Ako manketo nyati.
You can't be given a GTR receipt 1 year. 1 year after your deposit.
Akoite GTR receipt dino lela sanji killing biriye kodo dundi wokola.
Do you understand?
Overconfident, nanka overconfident soro ninga deposit okay already fongana receipt soro.
Well, what happens to me, I always have an overconfidence after making my deposit, and I have my receipt in my hand. I always have that confidence.
Don't be overconfident. You have to be diligent
So
that you minimize fraud. And again, this is for July. And the amount I am referring to is in June. What is your other explanation for that?
For deposit slip.
He is asking whether it is the GTR which is for June or the deposit slip.
Deposit slip is in June.
Deposit slip.
Sorry, in July.
July karoti.
Yes.
21st, 2022.
July karoti in 2022.
The period in question is in June, and it stops on the 14th of June 2022.
And June karoti tang anin nani 2022.
And the auditor highlighted
that
there are some missing transactions.
And
you also overstated the collections recorded in the cash book. So whatever the amounts represent, they are not for this period. You have a GTR receipt from Mr. Canton Kante, but certainly not for the collections made in this period. You were only being covered by Mr. Kante. Because the auditor said clearly that you were audited and the amount you had you stated, which is $50,650, is an overstatement. The actual amount is $39,400. So it's not for this money. Let me show you the amounts are different. The receipts are different. And the auditor had clearly made recommendations.
Yes, but the amount we record is 50,650.
Well, the amount I recorded is $50,650.
GTR of Anabala Wole BJ.
And that's what's written on the GTR also.
The print out of Anabala.
And the printout is also here.
Print out of Anabala and me along.
The printout is also here, which corresponds with what I'm saying.
Yes.
Mr. Jabang, that did not correspond because if you look at the dates, they don't correspond. One is saying. So you give us the corresponding deposit slip to the amounts and the times you have collected these monies.
Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
The $50,650 is.
Yes.
The receipt you are given is not for the relevant collection in June.
Print out will be Jande. About a bimbala.
The printout is here.
Record bota mimbala kanani kasbuko kono.
That's where the record came from and entered into the casbook.
Mr. Jabang, don't you hit the table again?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I'm sorry for that.
Good. Now you can state your evidence. You can really state it strongly, in fact. But you must observe decorum.
Yes, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that.
Yes,
I'm not doing it just because I'm angry or something like that. I just want to touch the cash book. It's just that I overdid it.
Now let me have the cash book, please.
Ako cash book nying sulata walela.
You had deposited $19,450 in the Supersonics account in June 2022. That's what you deposited in June 2022, representing the collections for June.
Ako June karode wuli tanin kononto dalas kemenan dalas talulu yo dundile pour June karo 2022.
Do you understand that?
Ako yo fahamu.
19,400.
Yeah, he said yes, that's correct.
In June.
June.
Now show us that where that collection is in your cash book.
Ako ya itandin na ube la cash book kono dameng.
Repeat korega.
He said he wants you to repeat the amount.
The $19,450 is in June.
June karo kono.
27 June 2022.
June karo til muani ngorowlo 2022 sankono.
Where is that recorded in your cash book?
Akobe da minto le cash book kono.
June 2022.
Yes.
Yes.
19,000.
Yes.
19,400.
Yes.
And
$50.
Wuli tanning kononto dalas kemenani anin dalas talulu.
Is it there?
Ako fabi jereba. That's what I am checking. Yes, I'm checking for it now.
19,400. Is it 19,400 or 19,450?
He's asking whether it is 19,400 or 19,450. Ako 19,450. Wuli tanning kononto dalas kemenan dalas talulu. That's it.
The date on your receipt is 2023.
Ako lungu be safarin sangunying 2023.
On that date?
The GTR is 2023. Why is that?
Ako GTR nying 1223.
GTR o min kata buko bala.
He's asking whether it is the GTR on the book or what.
Yes.
Ako ha.
Yes, because deposit slip on yin kabiringa deposit okay.
Because after making the deposit,
receipt on yin membulle.
they gave me a receipt and I still have it.
But my receipt on yin ta.
But I didn't take it
Because I'm on audit.
because it was not audited.
But kabiria audit.
But after they audited the amount,
Nata kata receipt on yin ta.
that's the time when I went there to collect the receipt.
When were you audited?
Ako ye contribute to Jumale.
2023.
Yes.
2023.
2023.
Yeah, it was in the year 2023.
Kabirin nitara reconciliation ola.
That was it after I went for a reconciliation with them.
1 year after.
Ako sanji kilino ketabang sanji kilinkola.
Sanji kilong kola.
Yes, that was 1 year after.
Right, we will look into it. Now,
Baji Bela.
your cash shortage in relation to an amount of $244,700.
Ako man kita kodo menna.
You mentioned this in your statement.
Ya faila kumaka onkonole. Dalasi wuli keme fula wuli tal nani anin nani dalasi keme worowula.
What is your reaction to that?
Ako wodung mune yo sabo ibo mune fula woto.
Wo sote nyo man soto.
Well, that shortage didn't occur.
Kadu mine ati nanga ofo.
Why I said that?
Go ahead.
Ntebe do ko wala for almost 2 years.
I was working for almost 2 years.
Ima fonyo ko sote jola soto.
They never told me that there was a shortage.
From 2022 up to 2023.
From 2022 up to 2023.
November.
In November,
Kabiri yon command investigation la.
when they called me at the investigation for an investigation,
O watu la nga kalamuta ko nyina be caring.
that was the time when they informed me about this shortage.
Nkoye no.
I said to them, no.
Nkoye nin toñalo mo.
I said to them, if this is the truth,
Ata possible no la nyuni entabula free limbe do ko la system o kono man command man stop.
it will not be possible for these people to leave me freely in the system when I am doing the work and they are just looking at me like that after they realize this kind of shortage.
Nko maybe mistake tale.
I said maybe they made a mistake.
So nkoye ko sign in a cash book hold with my print out.
Then I told them I will come back with my cash books with my printouts all. When I came to them with those documents,
another principal auditor called.
They called in the principal auditor. They told him that wait, when this man comes, we will do the reconciliation. That was the time when I went there and we did the reconciliation.
So you are saying that you have already made deposits with relation to this amount. I
paid all into the account.
For 6,600 shortage.
Up to the amount
6,600 shortage.
I had $6,600 shortage after paying all this.
Now this, go ahead.
So kabiring what did 6,600 shortage la soto?
When I detected that I had $6,600 shortage,
that a principal auditor niya.
I went to the principal auditor.
Nkaya ko 6,600 shortage wala soto da.
I told him that I had a shortage of $6,600.
Akonya ko ta yeta joro la bank.
He told me to go and pay that amount to the bank.
So ntata wala nyama bank kata joro la.
That's the time when I went to the bank and I paid that amount into the bank.
This was in March 2022?
March 2022.
No, aketa nying November.
It happened in November.
The date, no, what I mean, the period of this collection is March 2022.
March 2022.
This is in accordance with the internal audit report for 2022.
Internal audit la report
First quarter,
2020 la karisaba follow.
Now, do you have your collections entered in the cash book for March 2022?
Yes.
March karo 2022 foyolu dundi la cash book
Nge
okono.
nge bela dundi.
I entered all those into the cash book.
Do you have your deposit slips for 2022?
Ako foyla deposit
March?
slip olu be bulle 2022 March karo.
Yes, ibe mbulle.
Yes, I have them.
Can we have it, please?
Adugela print out ol fana be mbulle.
And I have their printouts too.
Let us please have them.
Ako yewulu diale.
Yes, Council.
Yes, the witness is going to provide the commission with the printouts and the deposit slips for 2022 March.
Now, can we move on to another point? If tomorrow you can note that. And
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
We apply to tender supersonics deposit slips from the witness for the month of March 2022. The first one is dated the 3rd of March 2022. The amount is $23,300. The second is 17th of March 2022. The amount is $58,200. The third is the 25th of March 2022. The amount is $25,550. The fourth is the 10th of March 2022. The amount is $49,800. The fifth is the 6th of April 2022. The amount can you please help us with this particular
Akanyi menat na koye makoy wotu malo fenne bi jama mem fahama.
what is the amount there?
Ako jelle be safirinje.
Jamra atira nyama beti ante nyati ba.
I think your eyes are better than my eyes.
Stampole lata kan.
Well, they stamped on the amount.
Then you please provide us with a more legible one.
Akoy sakata safiro senata mento pro.
Yeah, but
We have the 6th for the 7th of April 2022, $45,850 supersonics, and the 3rd of March 2022, $20,300 all into evidence as an exhibit.
This other one is 16,000 long.
This one is $16,000.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's $16,000.
It is $16,000.
Yes, that is correct. $16,000 is for 6th of April 2022. That will be the 7th invoice. Sorry, there was a slip, if I am right, into evidence as an exhibit.
Please arrange them in order. Mr. Jabang.
Mr. Jabang.
You duplicated the transaction receipt for the 24th of February. The transaction receipt evidencing you depositing money for the activities from the 24th of February to the 2nd of March 2022. So I'm going to give you back these two receipts, and please reconfirm for me whether they are the same, because they are the same. It's the same. It's one transaction, but two receipts that you printed out.
Ako do ko nyimmu do ku kilinati bari ye receipt fula le soton tala do February karotil muanni nani do March karotil fulo.
So just give us one, and you can retain the one.
Because
yes.
He said they are photocopies. He said he is apologizing for that. They are photocopies.
The deposit slips bearing the following dates are hereby admitted in a bundle as follows. The deposit slip evidencing transaction from the 3rd of March to 9th of March, dated the 10th of March 2022. A deposit slip dated the 17th of March 2022, evidencing transactions from the 10th of March to 16th of March 2022. Deposit slip dated the 25th of March 2022, evidencing transactions from the 17th of March to 23rd of March 2022. Deposits dated the 6th of April 2022, evidencing transactions from 24th of March to 38th of March. Date of deposit, 3rd of March 2022, evidencing transactions from the 24th of February to 2nd of March 2022. And deposits made on the 7th of April 2022, evidencing transactions for 31st of March to 6th of April 2022, admitted in a bundle and marked as LGC/BJ/BKAC/004.
As the Commission pleases. Madam Chair, I have seen that it's after 4. Just to ask one question to the witness or two, unless the chairperson orders that we proceed with the witness. Now, there is also another outstanding or cash shortage of an amount of $201,150 between the 4th of January 2022
yes.
to the 7th of June 2022. Do you follow? Are you with me?
Ako kono nanga mo fanan sono ta mem mankita dalas wuri kame fula anin killing dalas tallulu me yalon ko kabo January karotil nani kata June karotil worowulo kan 2022.
Afaye wo fana mansoto.
He is saying that that's also not possible.
Now, do you have all the debit slips for this period?
Ako wuchew nying yekodolum nanga mo lumenu dundi folu be bulle ba.
Hi, bebe mbulle.
Yes, I have them.
How many do you have?
Ako jelle be buluje.
From which
kabo January karotil nani kata June karotil worowulo kan.
up to June, huh?
Ha.
Okay. All fede.
we apply to tender the...
No, sorry, Council. Before you apply to tender those documents, I just want to give some of these receipts that have been tendered. That is Exhibit LGC/BJ/BKAC/004. I just want to find out these deposits. These are transactions from your cash book, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, and these are collections you have made, and you are supposed to deposit at the bank and give them the deposit slip.
Deposit slip yes.
So now, why is it that we see now let me ask the question. Were you the one that actually deposited these monies in the account?
Yes, I personally deposited these monies.
Okay, but you could see that in some instances, you do a transaction for a week and you deposit it the next day, for example. The deposit slip dated the 7th of April 2022. From based on what you have, you use your pen to write this transaction times. This you got from the cash book. Am I correct?
The reason why I write those with the pen,
understand no nimbe dokuola na cash book from the print out,
so that I will understand from the print out when I am entering these things in my cash book.
Mba understand na wolto deposit slip jamala responsible ta amount minna.
So that I can understand which deposit amount is responsible to for which receipt.
Because mbukala fi puri jahas.
I don't want to mix them up.
Yes, so now we are having problem because that same jahas, to quote you, is what I am having problem with. Because if from the 31st of March to 6th of April, that is how many days? We are using the deposit slip for the 7th of April. So, and I am having problem to understand why you should put it here in the use handwriting to put it in the deposit slip. Because it ought to come automatic, because this has been already entered in the cash book and you don't need to put it here, because if you use the deposit slip, you will see the corresponding date straight away.
Automatically
on the entries in the cash book.
Just as I stated,
because
I'm also human. Human beings are prone to forgetting.
Deposit slip already.
That's why if I am giving the deposit slip, I take a pen and write it down.
From which date?
From which date?
And to date.
And to that day.
So so
that this is why I write it down, so that I can remember the dates. It's not because of I'm writing it for another reason. I write it down to make things easier for me for remembrance. That's why.
Okay, for the deposit slip dated the 25th of March
Maj karotil muani lulo.
You said your transactions in your cash book was from the 17th to the 23rd.
Ako menu bela buko kono kabo karotil
17th
kabo
of March
karotil
to 23rd of March.
kabo maj karotil tan wulo kata karotil muani sabokang.
So you deposited the monies on the 25th.
Yo bari yakodo dundi karotil muani lulole.
What happened on the 24th?
Muna kata karotil muani nani?
Yalo hadama dingo mantara fango bulu.
Well, a human being, sometimes you are not in control of yourself.
Wati dolu is a submission o nyanda kela let's say arjumalungo.
Sometimes it comes that you should make your submission on a Friday.
Kuye sodo.
Something might happen
So wolung sa sawun no the following day ta ila submission okay.
which deters you from making that submission, and you go and look after that other thing, so that that day will jump, you go and make your submission on another day.
Wo fana be ka sodo do ko nyin kono le.
That happens sometimes in the work.
Because mo ka sasale.
So it will be correct to say that sometimes, due to exigent situations, you have to keep the cash with you until an appropriate time, and you go and deposit at the bank.
Ako tomo safono kolu ka sabule ni nyanta kodo dundila lume lungo sawun kodo sitare bulo kono han fo ni tenata wato soto wato mengeta inata kodo dundi bank.
To nyalo mu wo ka sodo le.
Yes, that's
do ko
true.
nyin kono.
That happens in the work.
Okay. Counsel, you may proceed. Take.
We are applying to tender deposit slips as provided for by the witness. The first is dated the 11th of February 2022. The amount is $43,350. The second, 13th of January 2022. The amount is $31,150. The third, 21st January 2022. The amount is $9,400. The fourth, 9th June 2022, $13,900. The fifth, 25th of February 2022, $30,900. 28th January 2022, $27,800. 21st January 2022, $18,450. 27th of January 2022, $19,450. And 10 March 2022, $49,800.
The deposit slips bearing the following dates are hereby admitted in a bundle as follows. The deposit slip dated the 21st of June 2022, evidencing transactions from the 9th of June to the 15th of June. Deposit slip dated the 27th of June 2022, evidencing transactions from 16th of June to 22nd of June 2022. Mr. Jabang, I have a deposit slip here which has you've crossed out. Can you tell us why?
Ako kaito do bije deposit slip no yalon ko kala borindi aka munenna.
Okay, afaye ko. Nimbe na deposit slip all confirm can through my cash book.
If I am confirming my deposit slips through my cash book,
so ninga min confirm already from Pareda.
After confirming each and every one of them,
Nke penotale nga o mark tenting nga o jenken.
I'll take a pen to mark it so that I will not forget it.
Wale atina nke penotan ka crossed.
This is why I crossed some of them.
Afaye ko wole nyama.
That's the reason.
Well, but please countersign that it is not a deposit slip that you have cross-checked. You've marked X as for any reason. Please countersign it.
Ako inyantale ya assign koto ke pro ka itandi ko ha nyin dunta mbulo kono la ngaji le foka pare.
Because without you countersigning it, I will not admit it in evidence because you have already crossed it. So it should show that it's either you crossed it because you were crossing it for another purpose. That will enable me understand that, because even though you have crossed it, we will cross-check in your account, that is council account, whether that amount is there. But in any case, please authenticate it.
This nyanta account sign le ka sign kota ke kaitandi ko ha manke kaiti tinyari ngoti. Kadu ne kaito kalabori ni kaito dolu kan wala nyinti ko adate ko wolu kono. Yo andu ibasa kan check lale saferol to kono to la fodum ka foko fabe o tole fanan ko abe nyin risito bala nyamen foyo be check. So wala na nyanta sign lale kota ke kaitandi ko manke kaiti tinyari ngoti.
Okay, afa en sontala okumola e tonyale fo.
I agree to that. That's true.
A deposit slip dated the 10th of March 2022. This one does not have any transaction date. And deposit slip dated the 13th of January 2022, showing transaction date from the 6th of January to the 12th of January. Deposit slip dated the 28th of January 2022, so showing transaction date from 28th January to 26th of January. Deposit slip dated the 11th of February 2022, showing transaction date from the 3rd of February to the 9th of February 2022. Deposit slip dated the 21st of January 2022, showing transaction dates from the 13th of January to the 19th of January. And the final one, which is a deposit slip dated the 25th of February 2022 with no transaction date. And Mr. Gay, please give him to authenticate this one. He also seemed to cancel this.
Akoyo fanan fanke sign kadro abelo ko ya cancel le num.
The final one is a receipt dated the 9th of June 2022 with a transaction date from the 2nd of June to the 8th of June. All of this are admitted in a bundle and marked as LGC/BJ/BKAC/005.
As the Commission places.
Mr. Jabang, we will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock, inshallah. We may rise.
Sumanda isi naja.
Okay, problem.